Hey Shapoi, how are you doing? Hey, in this video we are going to dive very deep in RTT or Rapid Transformational Therapy by Marisa Peers, and of course we're going to discuss like if this quest or online course is actually going to be better or improved from the previous online course by Marisa Peers, which was called Uncompromised Life. Also, we're going to talk about, okay, so where can you get a free taster of this program, what is the price, how the product is being delivered, how the dashboard look like, how to follow this program. Also, I will share my own personal experience with this program. And of course, where you can get a massive discount, which I will share with you at this end of this video. So make sure you go and stick to the end of this video. So with no further ado, let's go and let's dive straight into this review about RTT. So let me first show you where you can find the free taster or the free part of this online course, which is basically like an online masterclass, which is by Marisa Peers, which has been hosted by Mindvalley. I will leave a link below this video, and then you can go and sign up for this free part. You know, you just fill your name, and you can see here watch now instantly, watch later today, and of course you can also select a time if you want to follow this later. Okay, it takes about 90 minutes, and it also includes a live hypnotherapy session, so you can get a taste of how exactly this is going to look like. And of course below you can, you know, read a little bit more about where exactly this free part is going to be about. Now eventually you're going to end up at their main website, and then of course you can read everything where this program is about, why this program, the instructor profile, what you're going to learn, curriculum, some reviews from this course, and of course how to enroll. Now let's have a quick look at the price point of this course. Normally this price is going to be $11.45 for this entire course, which is both digital access plus a completion certificate, or you can also choose for just the digital access, which is about $1,095. And of course you can also pay in 3 installments if this is what you prefer. So once you have done that, you're going to receive an email directly. It only takes like a few minutes, a few seconds, directly from Mindvalley, with a big thank you and your login details from the Mindvalley Academy, which is called mindvalley.com. And of course you go to login, you enter your personal details, and you know you're going to log in the dashboard. Once you have done that, then of course you can also see some previous courses that you might have followed, or otherwise this is the first you're going to see, which is called My Quest. Okay, so if you are in My Quest, then of course you are going to follow the course directly. Okay, now it's about 35 days. The first thing I have noticed, not only for myself but also from people in the Facebook group, is that, you know, sometimes people procrastinate or they skip a few days, or you know, they need a little bit more time in order to move on. And I also have noticed it for myself. So normally this is called a quest, and the difference between a course and a quest is that the quest is more interactive. Okay, so normally it's like, okay, so it will be much more interactive in the sense of like, okay, so now you're going to follow the intro, how to get most out of your quest, the first hypnotherapy session, and then you're going over week 1, all right, and then you're going to follow module number 1, and this is something you will do together with Marisa Peers. Okay, but also it would be much more interactive in the sense is that you can interact with others as well in the Facebook group. So as you can see here on the community, you can go and join the community. So let me quickly open this in a new tab, and then, you know, you see here a lot of things you can follow as well. So that also makes everything much more interactive. Like, you know, there are the modules you are going to follow. It's also something that, you know, you can follow in here, but it actually contains additional exercises. All right, so it's more like, okay, so today you have followed a couple of videos, some audio, now you're going to have an exercise, and you can complete these exercises here in this group, as you can see here for myself as well. And then you can also interact with other members of the group, so you can socialize, you can network, you can share you know, your victories, you can share the results you have done with these exercises and such. Also, what you're going to find is a workbook. So let me quickly try to find that for you. So you first have your warm-up, journey ahead, getting started, join the tribe, and here is actually yeah, the workbook. You can download this, of course, which is actually the only thing you can really download, but more about that later. And then you see here, you know, the task of what you need to follow, and you know, it's something that you need to complete in order to move on. So this is really what I mean with the quest. So here is the companion workbook, which is of course very, very helpful. The only thing is, what I struggled a little bit with is, like, you know, when you just open it, you can you know, complete these exercises just from your computer, so you don't really have to print it out. But then I save it and it turns into PDF, and I open this workbook again, and then everything disappeared. So this might be a little bit of my own struggles, perhaps. I'm not really quite sure, but this is something I have noticed. So yeah, you need to kind of figure out how you're going to work with this. What I did is, you know, I save a PDF and then I say day 1 and then day 2. So every time when I save a new copy or I've done an exercise, you know, I save it and I say it as day 1, day 2 and stuff, because every time when I open this file where I would be able to write in, and I write it in, then the next time I open it up, everything would be gone. And if I save it in a PDF, then yeah, you know, some PDFs are not able to fill in these fields. So this is really something I've struggled with. Hopefully this is something they're going to improve. But overall, yeah, you know, this workbook is going to help you out a lot, because here are the exercises you need to go and follow, and that's really going to help you. So let me quickly go back. So you see here, back to intros. So it's very, very easy to navigate. And then, you know, once you have completed this warm-up, you go into week 1, which is, you know, about abundance and your beliefs you might have about abundance and wealth. What this has done to me is what I will share with you in a minute. And then there are some, you know, each and every week you go into a different kind of module. So the first one is more like the fundamentals. Then you go into abundance. Week 3 is more about health. Week 4 is also about wealth and abundance. Week 5 is the beliefs you have about your relationship. And how it actually will look like, let me quickly move in one of these. Just you know, I just picked one. You have a video that you can watch, okay? It also has been recorded in the audio, and then again you can complete this task once you have done that together with your workbook. Then at the end of the module there is the hypnotherapy session. So I see here RTTT session for relationships. And again, there's like first a regression, okay, and then you're going to follow the rewiring. So there's like a 2-part hypnotherapy session, okay. So this is basically what you're going to find out in the course itself. Now the biggest coin I have found about this whole quest is that you cannot download it directly onto your hard disk, and this is really a big bummer, because for my work I travel a lot, and when I have a lot of downtime when I'm traveling in a train, most of the time I use it to work on myself. And when I go like in a fast train, 120 miles an hour, you know, there's not always a very good internet connection. So then I'm dependent on the Wi-Fi of the train or my 3G or 4G, whatever is available. So I will be using up my personal data in order to follow this course. Second, the connection is very, very weak. So this is something I'm struggling with. And yeah, that's really a big pity that I really found in this course. Then my personal experience with this course. So let me quickly go back, because what I found is like week number 1, which is more like a warm-up. This is like some fundamental work, and then you go into some limited beliefs, health, wealth, and relationships. Personally, the last one was a little bit more like, you know what, this is not really the area I'm currently need to focus on, because that's kind of what feels pretty much complete and satisfied and fulfilled at this moment. So most of this part didn't really appeal to me, but I believe like for a lot of people this is something they have to work on or they want to work on. What appealed most to me had much more related to do with my abundance, because when it comes to abundance and my work and my career, I've got some conflicting beliefs that is kind of holding me back to really to create a rewarding and fulfilling career. And you know, I work on a YouTube channel, as you might know, and you know, sometimes I believe like, you know what, spiritual development is not really something that is going to give me really true abundance or wealth, as there's not really much logic involved. But what I really desire is to work much more in a creative and an artistic and an intuitive way. That's really what I more desire. But you know, my mind sometimes is in my way, like, you know, that's not really going to give you that much and such. So what I found is that doing this course, it kind of helps me to overcome these beliefs. And you know, I must say, I'm not saying like, okay, so I followed this course and now the next day 20,000 pounds suddenly fell out of the sky into my lap and all my problems are being solved. I find it that, you know what, as long as I keep following my intuition and as long as I keep trusting and I keep creating for my own joy of it, then eventually it will come. So I believe like this course has helped me a lot in creating more trust in myself and believe that, you know what, don't just do things to chase the money and to feel safe and secure, or do things for logic, but really follow more your own intuition and your inspiration. Another thing when it came to health is during this course I actually became very sick for 4 days, because before that I always had a little bit of an issue with my digestive system, and I'm very sensitive to food and such. And during these 4 days it was kind of like my body went through a complete reset, and now I feel like my solar plex has a bit more strengthened up, and I believe like this might actually have to do something with this module. So for that reason I must say this is definitely something I can highly recommend. But also what Marisa Peers will mention is that some results are very quickly, they are instantly, and some transformations, they are more like subtle and much more long-term. And this is something you're going to notice more on the longer term. And I feel like my changes will be much more in the long term, and will grow, you know, step by step. So this is kind of what I feel and I have experienced for myself. Of course, I'm also very curious what your experience is going to be. So, you know, if you want to come back to this video after you have followed this course and leave your experience, then of course I'm very, very curious to that as well. So then the last part, the bonus that I wanted to give you is of course like, hey, how do you going to benefit from a massive discount? And a way to do that is to sign up for this free taster, this online free masterclass, because after you have done that, then you get exposed to this website, and as you have saw from the beginning, like, you can get $696 off if you're going to enroll in the upcoming, well, normally it's like 6 or 7 days, but in my case, because it already has been a few days before I open this page, you will see here the days or the time that are remaining in order to benefit from this discount, which of course you will see under enroll now. Okay, then you see, okay, so instead of $11.45 you will only pay $449 US, or pay in 3 installments of $159 each, for a total of $477. Alright, so this is how you can get your massive discount by clicking on the link below this video, which will be your personal invite link that actually contains this coupon, which normally you cannot really find anywhere else. So hope this review about Rapid Transformational Therapy was very helpful. I hope you got some new insights about this, and I gave you some value on making a better buying decision. If you got any questions, then please let me know. Just drop a comment below this video, and also make sure to like and subscribe to this channel if you want more of this. Paul here, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.